Before I show you how to create your own edge profiles, let us first have a look at the custom edge examples that come with Invigorator. For this, we first need to create an object. Let's just open the Circle Sphere AI file, which contains a tiny circle. Let me adjust the object facing here to get a smoother object. Okay. In the Custom Edge submenu, you will find 15 edge examples created by the ZachWorks artists. You could now assign all these outside edges one by one to your object and check in the material setup how they look like. If you cycle through all these edges, you will notice that an edge can be created out of a single closed or open path, as well as out of several shapes. Please check the manual for more details on this. Another way of checking on how these edge examples were created would be to open the AI Edge Examples document located in the Custom Edges subfolder, itself located inside of the Invigorator folder. It's important to keep all your custom edges in this folder in order for Invigorator to find them. The first thing to notice in Illustrator is that each edge resides in its own layer. When I go back to the Custom Edges submenu, you see that the name of my document is here present and that the layers containing the edges are named like in Illustrator. So, if you wanted to create a new edge inside of this document, all you would need to do would be to create a new layer, name it suitably, then draw your edge and save your file. If you like to be more organized, you could create new documents, name them after different topics, then create suitable edges in each of them. For example, a document named Ballistic, like this one here, could carry several edges to create different kind of bullets. To load your new edge, in case Invigorator was open when you created it, all you would need to do would be to click on the Reload Custom Edges button. Your new edge would then appear in this menu. I will get back to this button later. Okay, let us now create a new custom edge. First, let me get rid of all these edges by making them invisible. I will only keep the guidelines layer. I create a new layer and name it Bullet, as it's what I am going to create. Now, notice that the guidelines are located at 0 and 100 point. When you draw your edge along the y-axis, you will connect it to the front face, which is located right here at 0 point, then to the back face, which registers at 100 point. So again, here's your back face, here's the front, and what you draw along the y-axis will be your edge. If your edge doesn't exactly meet the points, you will produce a gap in your object. Sometimes it could be exactly what you would need. It all depends on the object you're after. We will get back to this later. So, like I did in the iPod project, I import first an image, scale and place it so it fits my guidelines. Okay, that should do it. What I need to do now is simply trace the profile of the bullet using the pen tool. I already created this edge, so I will just paste it here. Let me get rid of the image. Okay, and here we have a bullet custom edge. I don't need the guidelines layer, so I also switch it off and then save my document. In the setup window, now I will use the Reload Custom Edges button to load my new edge. Notice that all the other edges have disappeared when I clicked on the Reload Custom Edges button. This is because in Illustrator I made all the edges invisible, as you may remember. So keep in mind that making layers invisible, deleting them, or even deleting the entire document would not affect the already loaded edges listed in this menu unless you click on the reload button, so be careful. Okay, let's have a closer look at our bullet. As you can see here, the back face is not connected to the side of our object. Let me switch off the back face so we can better see what I'm talking about and switch it back on. Let's go back to Illustrator and eliminate this problem. First, we need our guidelines back on. Let me also zoom in a little. Here we go. Now what we need to do is simply connect this end of our edge with the back face. Okay, let's make sure that the end of our path is really registering at 100 point. Yes, it is. So let's say goodnight to the guidelines and save our document. Alright, before I reload the custom edge, let me just map the faces and edge in different colors so we can better tell them apart. Blue for the edge should be fine. Let's have a look at the faces. Okay. Now I reload the custom edge and bingo. As you can see, our edge meets the back face and our bullet looks better. If you open the provided project named Bullet, you will see the mapped version of your object. I used the layer mapping technique to create different maps here. And here are now a couple of objects that were created using custom edges. By the way, all these objects and more are to be found in the Invigorator Training DVD Volume 1. To learn more about this new Creative Cow Master Series, please visit nycvisual.com. Okay, salut for now and talk to you soon.